Could that be the wrong brake switch? Possibly. I mean, I was relying on Amazon for fitment. Passenger presence module erratic. What the hell does that mean? So today we are back working on what else? The Escalade. Yet again, trying to knock some more stuff off of that. Now, as always, if you're new here, click the link at the top of the screen. That's going to bring you to my Escalade playlist. If you own one of these GMT 900s, I'm working on building a playlist out just kind of all these common stupid things, like the cruise control not working. Last video, we got a catch can installed. Before that, we got the heated and cooled seats working again. You know, we have some spaces in our list, so hopefully we can cross something else off today. And yeah, that is going to be replacing the brake switch. So this was suggested by quite a few of you guys when we did the first test drive on this, where I said the cruise control wasn't working. Now the brake lights do work on this. However, we do have a code for the brake light switch, just like a pending code that never goes away. A lot of people said that the switch is the fix. They changed the switch, cruise control started working, the code went away. Now apparently, like, the section of the switch that controls the cruise fails in here, and that's what makes it, you know, not work even though the brake lights are still working. So we're gonna go into the dash, we're gonna swap this guy out. Maybe we'll try pulling the old one apart and we'll see if we could see any obvious failures. By the way, this thing is like stupid cheap. It was $18 on Amazon, genuine GM. It's not even like an aftermarket part. So if you need one of these, as always, I'm going to link it down in the description. Now, if this thing is anything like, you know, express vans and stuff like that, it looks like it's the same type of switch. There should be like a bolt going through it, usually like a 10 millimeter. On the vans, it's on this side. It looks like it is right there. So we're gonna zip that 10 mil out, that, and then the clip. So that bolt goes through the clip just to prevent it from like sliding off. Now the clip, it could be a little annoying. You kind of gotta, you gotta pry up. You can see right here, I don't know if I'm gonna get my finger in there. Right there. You see how it kind of curls underneath that groove? So you want to try to get a flathead under where the threads are here and just kind of pry it up and over and then slide it up and out, because that's what's keeping it from sliding, that little groove and that little tang that's on the clip there. What I like to do is just kind of get under it. You twist it a little bit to get it up and then just kind of heat it up. Sometimes you got to try to pry it down the same way just to try to get the bottom like little tang to release. That was it. That release. Slide it up, we lose it. That usually happens. Connector slides right off. That was extremely easy. Well, before we get to installing the other one, it looks simple enough. Let's just pop this open, see if anything looks weird inside. Sure, springs and crap are probably gonna fly everywhere. Who cares? We should probably, you know, let's make sure they're the same part. You never know. The connector could be different. Well, this number is different. This ends in 702, this ends in 542. They look the same though. Maybe it's just a revised part. Pry it open. Huh. That's not very... It doesn't look like there's much going on in there. How the hell does this even... Oh wow, that barely moves, huh? I was thinking this is going to be like the brake switch on my Camaro, where it's got like a stupid amount of throw. So that works. I almost wonder... It looks like a relay inside. Or almost like a kind of points ignition. Like, I wonder if you can just get in there. There's two of those on each side. There's one in the back, one in the front. You just get in there with some, just some like sandpaper and probably clean those contact points up. It doesn't look like there's anything else wrong in here. It's just like a mechanical switch. Oh, okay, there's something wrong in it now. Ow. Honestly, nothing looks like terrible. The only thing I'm noticing on like one on one leg of this, like on all the pieces. One side, you can see where it's making contact. The other side doesn't look like it was like doing anything. I don't know. Let's just throw the new one in and we'll hope for the best. Nice. Let's start with the obvious thing. Do we still have brake lights? No. He got to be on? Hey, we still got brake lights. All right, well, let's take her on a drive. See what we got for cruise control. So just in case, I'm gonna go and put the code reader on here just to clear the code, just in case it doesn't clear itself and it makes the cruise control still not work. A lot of people were asking me what code reader I was using. This is the Top Scan by TopDon. I did a review of it in the video where I first looked this thing over and like checked for codes. It's a really good scanner. Like they sent it to me for free just to use it, but I keep it in my center console, especially on this, just pop it right in. Immediately it comes up with a prompt on the phone if I want to connect to it. And then I just go into Cadillac, and because you're using your phone, it's like super fast. It's not all bogged down like using an old tablet like most scan tools are. Current, yep, P0573, brake switch circuit 1, high voltage. And to confirm, we still have brake lights. So let's go ahead and erase codes. Hit read again, see if it went away. Because before it like wouldn't go away, it would just always be pending. But I don't know, it might be one of those codes where even if you clear it, it doesn't go away and you have to kind of drive it. Oh, no full codes detected. So maybe that was it. So let's take it on a drive and we'll see what it does. Well, here we are. Merging on the highway. Is the cruise gonna work? My fate is in your hands. You guys suggested this repair. And we'll have to wait a little bit longer because there is an ass load of traffic. What else is new? All right, finally, we got some space. We're at 50 miles an hour. Let's turn the switch on. Nothing's happening. All right, we got to dig a little deeper, I guess. Well, she just beeped and threw the StabiliTrak warning again for some reason. The little triangle with the car like swerving off the road. Let's see what we got. Engine control module, no DTCs, huh? It's weird though, before that code was coming up under engine control module for the brake switch. Could it be we have two issues? All right, we got nothing in engine or transmission. We have one in brake module, one in airbag, one electronic suspension, but let's see what the brake code is. Different code. Now we have a C0161 ABS brake switch circuit. So the code changed. Before I think it was like a 573. Could that be the wrong brake switch? Possibly. I mean, I was relying on Amazon for fitment, so that's why all that crap came on, because now it has an ABS code for that. Passenger presence module erratic. What the hell does that mean? Is that because I have a heavy-ass water bottle on the seat? Probably. The brake code changed. We get to figure that out now. So I did a little research, and it turns out that that ABS code I was getting, or that brake code, is because the brake pedal and the gas pedal are being hit at the same time. Now, after pulling over, and upon further inspection, the brake lights were indeed staying on all the time, and that is because somehow I managed, you guessed it, to put the brake light switch in upside down. I pulled it out, I flipped it over, the brake lights are working perfectly, and look what I can do. We have cruise. So you guys diagnosed that perfectly. I'm glad that was actually a simple fix, because I really thought I was going to have to go down like a rabbit hole of trying to figure out what wires aren't doing what they're supposed to. But we got the cruise back. That's another thing crossed off the list. All right, so look at that. We fixed the cruise control, right? It's fixed, it's working, I hope. I literally just popped it in. I'm not taking it out to drive it yet. You guys still have the test drive, but I didn't actually test it yet. Cruise control is fixed probably. Look at that. Look at all the space we're opening up. So yeah, next video we are going to jump into probably, it's either going to be belt squeak, because like I said, I'm driving this thing. Like I'm getting more confidence in it. Because when I first started driving it, after the transmission lines blew off of the highway, I was very sketched out with it. I still continued to drive it, but I was always checking other things, you know, the transmission line, stuff like that, the oil every day. But now I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of falling. It's in a good place to catch me off guard, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like I'm getting very comfortable with it. I feel like, okay, you know, the drivetrain feels solid with the exception of the oil pressure thing and the transmission thing it's doing. Other than that, I'm pretty confident in it. So I've been driving it every day and kind of, you know, it's feeling good. It's feeling like a decent daily driver right now. But, you know, next video, I'm going to take care of that belt squeak because that's annoying. Or we're going to take care of the lights because I have intermittent, like, headlights. One of them keeps going out. I got no high beam. It's a huge mess. But we're making progress. You know, sometimes you just got to work on the little things when you have a bunch of crap going on, like the, you know, transmission things and the steering leak and all that. Because once you knock those little things off, they're cheap to do. It feels like you're making progress, and it's stuff you can notice right away. We'll have the cruise control working, right? We have the cruise control working, probably. And just feels better to drive before you tackle the big stuff. There is more space to be had. I forgot about the double. We had double on here, right? Weird brake switch code. I'm assuming that should be gone now. So look at that, even more space. Making progress, feels good.